What you're listening to now is The Ocean Etude by Chopin, and just how the music starts getting higher and higher and more intense, so will most things in regard to sea levels. More intense and more frequent flooding, entire countries submerged, and billions of dollars worth of damages. But before we get into all of that, let's delve into the causes of rising sea levels so as to understand more of the issue. The main causes of rising sea levels, according to the Walker Institute for Climate System Research, there are two main causes for rising sea levels. The first being the melting sea ice, mainly from the polar ice caps, but also from around the world, as well as expansion of the volume of seas due to the amount of heat absorbed. Evidence shows that up to 0.25 watts have been absorbed by the oceans from 1955 to 2003. As for the melting sea ice, the annual mean of the decrease in Arctic sea ice extent is 2.7%, which contributes greatly to the overall sea level increase. One very significant factor in the increase of sea levels is called the positive feedback loop, in which the previously mentioned Arctic sea ice melts, causing the sea to absorb more water than it reflects. As the sea is black colored, while the ice is white colored, this causes even more ice to melt, and so on. All of these forces work together to produce an astounding 3.1 millimeter average increase in sea levels. Now that we have established the main causes of rising sea levels, as well as how they individually affect the rising sea levels, the next main question is, so what? What's going to happen? Well, the rising sea levels are a cause of concern, as they will produce effects that are severely damaging to the human population around the world. Increased intensity of storms. One study conducted by the Center for Climate and Energy Solutions found that there would be an 85% increase in the frequency of Category 4 and 5 hurricanes in the United States by 2040, which would cost approximately $180 billion per hurricane and the dislocation of tens of thousands of people. Furthermore, studies also found that there would be an 11% increase in maximum wind speeds, further adding to the destructive capabilities of these storms. And this is mainly caused due to increased sea levels, as well as increased temperature, which is the main cause of rising sea levels. Storms are not the only affected areas, however. The NOAA has shown that there has been an increase in coastal flooding. Due to rising seas and tide actions alone, the US experienced 153 days of floods in the 2000s. In the 2040s, the projected amount is 2,850 floods yearly, and in the 2070s, flooding would become a daily occurrence at high tide, causing billions of dollars of damages and making coastal cities virtually uninhabitable. Though these are the main effects, results also include more extensive coastal inundation, changes in surface water quality and groundwater characteristics, and increased loss of property and coastal habitats. However, there are a few solutions to combat these effects. Firstly, since sea level rise is driven mainly by global warming, the first solution is to reduce energy consumption. According to the Government of Canada, 1.2 grams of CO2 are emitted per kilowatt hour of energy consumed. Therefore, if everyone in Canada decreases their energy consumption by 1%, over 10 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions can be reduced yearly per person. In response to direct sea level rise, however, seawalls seem to be the best precaution. Seawall effectiveness is mainly dictated by the height, and generally, the higher the seawall, the better. Seawalls with heights of over 50 feet, destruction is minimized by up to 50%. So now that this whole issue has been explained, and we have seen how we can put a stop to this, and how even people like you and me can help, it is up to us to steer the fate of the world, to head towards a grim fate of effects of rising seas, or to collectively change and stop the suffering before it even begins.